Hey guys, can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a one in the comments. This is Imtiaz, your thought partner to build, deploy. Okay, so this is Imtiaz, your thought partner to build and deploy custom AI agents. And yeah, this is going to be a live stream. I'm live on YouTube. You can watch this later. And if you're joining in, make sure you put your uh, location. Tell me where you're from and why do you want to learn to build AI agents. Okay, this is a live stream, guys. So ask any questions. Uh, you know, we want everyone to understand all the opportunities that are out there. We are just started, and there's a lot of potential. Okay, so we're going to start with Alex Hormozzi's quote, and we're going to cover a lot of things in this live stream. Okay, so the agenda for today, we have, let me see, just get this thing ready. Sec. We're going to start in a little bit. We're going to give it some time so we sort out the slides. So as I'm sorting everything out, make sure you put your location, where you're from, and why do you want to learn AI agents. Okay, cool. Okay, we're going to be talking about AI agents. We're going to be exploring the practical applications of AI in business. We're going to explain how this is different from what you're already doing. Okay, so if you're already building automations, chatbots, now you want to go to the next level. You already have a good understanding of AI, but you now want to unlock things like machine learning 2.0. You want to set up the right foundation so you can grow for the long term. Okay, what I'm seeing is a lot of people running around without a solid long-term strategy. And understand this: agents are not the differentiator anymore. Okay, so it's great that you can build agents, but it's also important that you work towards, uh, you know, creating a database, creating vector database, start building your own LM models, because that's what business needs. Business don't want AI solutions or AI agents. They need a solution to their problems, right? So they need, a way for you to create a system for them so they can easily and effortlessly start getting all the benefits of AI agents. Okay, Jonathan, welcome to the live stream. Let's see what you got here. Your email is not pointing to the link. I had to get there through the school link. Oh, okay. My bad. Cool. I'm sorting out the streaming. This is, in my early days of streaming. So we're going to sort everything out as we get used to this. But thank you again, Jonathan, for joining the call. This is also going to be available later, this video. So if anyone wants to watch this at a later time, this is available to you. So Jonathan, can you give me a one if you can hear me? It's pointing to the link, the hand emoji. Okay. Okay, no worries, no worries. Let's it's not a big issue. I have another meeting right after this, so let's get through the slides. Okay, Jonathan, thank you for joining us in this live stream. And okay, cool. So Jonathan, where are you from? Where are you located? And why do you want to learn AI agents? This is going to be an interactive session, guys. I'm going to be talking as well as explaining different concepts, where we are in our journey to building agents. Texas, that's great, man. I'm from, I'm originally from Bangladesh, but I lived in Houston, Texas for, almost half my life. Yeah, almost like 12, almost like 14 years. Is an agentic framework versus starting from scratch. Yeah, Mike, this is a very good question. I'm going to dive more into this as I go through these slides. There's a lot of information I picked up. I just don't have time anymore to make YouTube, but I'm gonna make sure that I give you everything you need to like really get your foot into the door through agents. And this is what I'm seeing in the market as well, uh, in terms of because there's a big gap. There's businesses, there's developers, and then there's uh, everyone in the middle who we're still kind of developing that framework, that skill set we need to bridge the gap between business and tech. So we need pragmatic solutions. So Mike, that's a very good question. And what I'm noticing is there's not a lot of agentic frameworks that are already available. So, for you to get started, the OpenAI Assistant API is the only one that pretty much has everything sorted out. Okay, I tried the Google one, it doesn't work. So I recommend you start with a good solid foundation, start with a big LM model, like a big company LM model. And you're going to get to a point where you don't want to give your data off to the big companies. You want to start thinking about creating your own vector database. Then you can create your own data, fine tune your LM. Okay, don't start backwards. A lot of people start with bad LM models. They try to fine tune. It takes a lot of experience to fine tune LM models. I'm going to talk more about that as well. But it's really important that you build a good foundation with good data, okay? Because as you know, good data means, a good model means good data, and then good data means you can create and fine tune better LM models. Oh, okay, so frameworks, I would recommend Agency Swarm. Through AI, there's a lot of, I think you've seen some videos. I made a video also. There's a lot of hidden prompts. There's a lot of unnecessary code, boilerplate code that you don't really need. So you really cut off all the layers of complexity. It only confuses the LM models. As you know, Mike, you always want to be lean and efficient when working with LM models. There's also a lot of complexities when you're trying to bring third-party frameworks, third-party apps and all that kind of stuff. Like, you can build agents in make.com, for example. I mean, you can't really, you can just call API. But a lot of people think that that's the way you create agents. So there's a lot of confusion from the no-code side as well as the coding side. So there's a lot of things we can talk about. SQL developer with some Okay, great, Mike. Yeah, exactly, man. So my channel is all about bringing the people together. I want everyone to be pragmatic. Let's solve problems. Let's not worry about, which tool to use. I mean, we should worry about, but let's also start thinking about building agents quickly and then getting our agents into the marketplace, okay? Because it's all about getting the user data and then understanding the insights. The problem is we are giving away all our data. Give me 1 second. Let me just get some. All right, guys, had to get some water. But yeah, so yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of things to talk about. And yeah, I want to bring these people together, like the developers as well as the business, because as you can see, businesses have some technical understanding. Now with custom GPT, they're coming into the technical world really fast, but then they don't know how to go beyond that, right? So you need some technical foresight. I advocate getting a little bit of Python experience so you understand what you're doing, uh, and then take and go beyond. Start hiring developers, scaling. It doesn't make sense to be a one-man show when you're building agents or an agency, right? And then you have the developers. So there's a lot of opportunities for everyone, but we want to make sure the future workforce is ready to start bridging the gap, right? So, and we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Let's start from what the leaders are saying. Oh, actually, let me just introduce myself. My name is Imtiaz. I worked as a data scientist, machine learning specialist for over 10 years. I worked for a lot of cutting edge AI projects across various industries. So I'm just focusing on AI agent development lately, working on a lot of web deployment, full stack, all that kind of stuff, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Okay, and if you guys don't know what data science is, it's like I don't know if there's a word for it, but it's like in between a lot of things. We're not necessarily engineers or IT or business or engineers. We're kind of like the bridge between all of these. Like we know enough to solve the problems. So yeah, that's where the data scientist is a very new role that came out, I think, almost 10 years ago. So so I picked it up, and I think we're in the same dilemma right now because we want people who can translate business to uh, you know technical terms as well as vice versa, etc. So this is a great time to be leading the front in terms of agent development. So I want to also turn the hype to reality. Okay, there's a lot of hype with AI agents. There's a lot of complexities, a lot of things like we'll do this, do that. So we're gonna take you through the journey of the AI landscape. Like where are we right now in terms of our AI journey? So I'll break down the history to where we are right now, especially in this new era of AI. Okay, the AI has been around for decades. But before we do that, let's talk about what the leaders are saying. Okay, so Andrew Ng, he talks about pretty much that the AI software will be direct competition with a lot of people for jobs. What do you guys think about that? I think it's very interesting because you can almost imagine that anything an employee can do, an agent can do it, right? But the great thing is it's working 24/7. It's very efficient, and it's actually it's also saving you a lot of costs. So maybe I'll go to this slide. I think this is also valid. So this is basically research that came out from IBM Institute for Business Value. Very recent. So look at this. The proficiency in STEM from 2016 till 2023, it reduced from 42% to 28%. You don't need proficiency in STEM anymore. What you do need is time management skills and ability to prioritize. Look how much it jumped 2023. All right, I agree, but there's still a lot of practical engineering that needs to be and is being sorted. Yeah, exactly. We're still this is what I'm saying. We're still in the beginning stages. When we're talking about AI, when they say AI, they're just scratching the surface because right now AI is generative AI. We're actually we started with machine learning. So actually, we started with big data, machine learning, neural networks. Then we created ML model, like a big the large language model. Okay, so now we're heading towards ML 2.0, where ML 1.0 was using user generated data to create machine learning models. Now we can do the same with agents, with agent data created by agents. So this is the next level. This is the next paradigm. So in order to get there, we also need some machine learning fundamentals to understand how to now take the agent and make it like truly adaptive agents, right? Not just your standard chatbot. Okay, that's why a lot of people are just stuck with chatbots right now, or generative AI, because they don't have the technical foresight to actually go even beyond. Okay, so now, so I don't want you guys to have that misdirection because when you say chatbots, there's always that negative connotation. But when you're talking about adaptable agents that can learn itself, it requires more more kind of like a technical knowledge. I should say they're very important as they apply across all domains. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great comment, Mike. So basically, time management, as you can see, is such an important skill and an asset. So if you can optimize your time, so a lot of people are actually they're, instead of like saving time, instead of using AI to optimize their time and whatever, they're creating more work for themselves, unnecessary work, creating complex niche frameworks, creating complex workflows. Uh, you don't have to do that. You can create an agent. Start with a solid agent that does the thing that you want it to do. Like, think of it as an employee. Now, that's why you need to know the Lego blocks of building OpenAI Assistant. I advocate you go out there, read the documentation, know what tools are available. This is the first thing you need to do. A lot of people, they think they need to know coding to build agents. You really don't need to do coding. You need to know APIs, okay? APIs and the fundamental components. Know what custom functions are. So these are all important things you should consider when you're building agents, and it could save you hundreds of hours in your workflow. So agents, as you can see, is not the differentiator anymore, because anyone can build agents. People can build voice agents, text agents. Now we're going to talk about the AI code revolution, which is another new paradigm, because if you played with Claude 3.5, it can write a complete end-to-end application. Okay, if you're good at coding, spend 5 minutes creating solid agent, tell Claude to write it. It's going to write it, no errors. So what does that leave us? So I'll have you think about that. So if you make the chatbot behave in a pseudo-deterministic way, then it can, let's put the comment here, and it can function as an intelligence server and client server. Is a very well understood paradigm. Thank you, Jonathan, for really this amazing insight. But we're still learning, right? There's a lot of technical frameworks that we need to scope out and really put together. There's a lot of work for everyone, right? So we need to be really going at it. Start prototyping agents, start solving problems. So I'm gonna tell you that really. Where's that slide? So there's the power of custom solutions, right? The formula for success: your prompt, your agent, your data. That's how you can unlock ML 2.0. And custom solutions allow you to address specific problems in your niche, leverage your unique data and insights, which is unique to you. Business want to be like a Porsche. They don't want to be a Honda Civic, right? So you want to unlock those insights for the business. And that's the same thing we did for data science. And we're actually enhancing your potential. We're unleashing the full potential of your AI agent. And here's the thing: the data dilemma. We talked about this. Tech and agents are no longer the main challenge, right? You see business coming in, building custom GPTs. Now Claude can write a complete AI agent for you, create a framework for you. Okay, so the real challenge, knowing what you want to achieve. Now, again, there's people on different sides. If you have a genuine problem that you really want to solve, you can go after it. Okay, I mean that's your legacy. That's your this is the industry. This is the fourth industrial revolution. There's opportunity for everyone, but we also, like Jonathan said, we also need people to start building these frameworks, these technical tools to make everything possible, right? So I think custom solution, that's what the future state is. And to really hammer this home, just imagine this, right? For every business, there's going to be an AI agent, okay, and their data, and that's how they can unleash their potential. So like I said, with the chart that I showed before, you have to know it's a nuanced problem, right? You can't start with open source. I mean, you can, but most of the times the models are not going to be great. So you have to take a really pragmatic approach. Start with a good model. Start then moving out of the big companies. You want to get enough, move out and start creating your own vector database. Okay, so don't sacrifice your data for access to cool tech. Okay, just remember this: data is the oil. So when you go to custom GPT, you see a lot of innovators there, because a lot of business people, they're coming in, a lot of insights. They're giving away their data. They're giving away their insights to these big companies, and they're struggling because they're like, I don't know what to do. So that's why it's really important for us, like technical people, to really spread this message. It's really important to help people to really take ownership of their own data, their own insights, their own agents. So there's a lot of opportunities, and we need to build those frameworks to connect the dots, so we can help them, just take it to the finish line, right? So if they go down this path, okay, this is AGI. Okay, I don't want to scare. I mean, I don't really believe. I'm an optimistic guy. I think what I believe is a pragmatic approach. I think like we're going to eventually steer in this direction, and we're still in the early stages. So let's see what happens. I've used Pinecone is great. I recommend Pinecone, Quadrant. These are really two great tools. I believe with Quadrant you can start for free. With Pinecone, you pay for it, but you pay for usage. So I think you scale as you go. So it's a great place to start. Now Python actually has Python agents, Python assistants. I haven't played around with that, but if you have a solution where it requires the agent and a vector database, so you're not using the OpenAI assistant file search, you're using Pinecone agent with their vector database. So you can report back how that worked for you. So I think that would be a great solution. But I don't know if you can run custom functions, because that's also another thing with the agents, right? Agents is not just a vector database; it's also custom functions, and then prompts. There's a lot to it. Do you know anything about the Google agent? Any latest insights from that? Last time I played around with it, it was a disaster. Okay, they had a lot of marketing behind it, but when you actually go to use it, so I'm not going to speak too much on this on the YouTube, right? But yeah, I don't know what the future is for Google. But anyway, so let's go back to this topic. Okay, let's see what the leaders are saying. Let's go back and hear Jeff Bezos. AI agents will become our digital assistants, helping us navigate the complexities of the modern world. They will make our lives easier and more efficient. So as you guys are building these agents, think about what the thought leaders are saying, and think about how you can also enable these services for your clients. Because we are moving towards agents, right? So this is let me see if I have a chart for this. I have a lot of stuff here. Okay, we are actually here, agents. So we've went past automations, chatbots, GPTs. Now we are in agents, right? So a lot of people who are still in the automation stuff, that's great. Great place to start. It's a great place for getting started with no-code tools and start employing automations like make.com and start implementing that into businesses, because a lot of businesses already have APIs or their software. You can connect the automations with their softwares, then embed ChatGPT. So there's a lot of pioneers who've started this. I think Leah Motley, then Stephen Pope, they've done an amazing job to get people started in the automation stuff. But again, they have some technical foresight, because they know, okay, this is where we're going. But now for a lot of people who just started, and or actually a lot of people who mastered automations, you don't want to stay there for too long, because what's going to happen when you stay in the automation for too long and you are an automation agency, then you're going to fall in the no-code automation trap. Okay, you're going to be in this bubble where you're only limited to the tools you use. So we want you moving away from just being a tool user to a solution provider or a problem solver. So it's a different paradigm. And it's absolutely possible, because Claude is writing the code, you customize, and you are selling to business. I mean, you're actually, the challenge is we're really connecting the dots with the business, right? And that's why we need some business acumen as well. So a lot of technical people can actually pick up some business acumen by partnering with the right people. So this is a good time to also okay, I'm really bad at the streaming stuff. Okay, let's see. Okay, but basically, join the school community. We have a lot of entrepreneurs, AI entrepreneurs in the space. The great thing with my community, it's a mix between students of data analysis. It's a mix between business folks with no technical expertise, and then technical folks without business expertise. And then you have a lot of people in the middle. Now, I understand the reason why, because I myself is, I'm not actually a software engineer. I'm work more on the business side, but I think a lot of people you know resonate with my content because I cannot speak to the both of these people, but it's really important now to bridge the gap and to help businesses understand the vision point. If you're agency potential, if you're a automation agency, you need to now see where you need to go. Like learn some Python basics, perhaps learn about vector databases, learn about security, ethical considerations, learn how you can create systems, not just automations. Because when you have automations, you don't want to give your client automation. Neither do you want to be stuck with a complex automation and you have to manage multiple clients. And it's hell, right? So you want to scale. You want to easily hand this off to developers who know what they're doing, but you need to start with solid foundations, right? So this is your business with AI agents, and this is okay. This is again marketing stuff, right? But yeah, this is you know just remember this as you're working on your agency. If you're building with complicated flows, bad prompt, it's not customizable, it's not scalable, then it's not a good solution. And businesses don't want this. And very soon, people who are going to be building agents and putting it in front of businesses with a slick interface so they can talk to the agent, and the business knows that the data is safe and secure, and the big companies don't own their insights, because business don't want to be a commodity. Nobody wants to be a Honda Civic. I mean, sure, I mean, yeah, you can be a Honda Civic, but we don't want to play that game. We want to help the businesses really differentiate themselves, and to do that we need to have that technical foresight, right? So Python, good prompt, good framework, very customized. Now I'll tell you why. It's I'm seeing this play out again. It's like history repeats itself, right? I followed I followed Liam for a while and built a chatbot that he had a video on that. That's makes sense. Okay, great. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, me too. Me too. I was following Liam, and then eventually Liam, moved on, right? But now I think like the real thing is to do is yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, man. We're building the next generation of workforce. So thank you for coming by, and we have a lot of topics to cover. So definitely, if you find this valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. We want to get you ready for the fourth industrial revolution. We've got to break out of the developer UI. Doesn't matter hobbyist, etc. Yeah, Jonathan, exactly. This is it. This is the quote of the day, because check this out, right? I think I can show you this graph. No, not a graph. It's actually yeah. So a lot of people are like, what is a data science? Okay, data science is something in between. You can't really put a word to it, but it's like in between a lot of these things. Now, so I saw this play out again before. So 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 basically, businesses live in silos and developers live in silos. Right? There are two different silos. They don't really talk to each other. The developers are doing their thing, businesses are doing things. So you have someone to come in and say, "Hey, look, guys, this is where the money is. Let's start putting the solution right here, and let's build this out." Right. So that's where I've worked a lot as a data scientist, so I know this problem. And my personal journey actually started when, like, I wasn't a coder, right? I was I studied biology, believe it or not, when I was doing my undergrad. But in my senior year, I took this class in bioinformatics, right? So I think it was 2015, I believe. They started this big data trend. You get past 100 rows of data from Excel to 1 million, 1 billion rows of data. But in order to work with big data, you need to know coding because you can't really play around with these fancy things everybody's talking about. But I was kind of hesitant. I was like, yeah, man, I don't need to code. I'm just gonna do Excel, you know? So I was stuck with Excel for a while, and then I realized all my coworkers were getting the job done faster. They're getting access to all these things that are built on top of big data, like machine learning, then predictive analytics. We played this game before. Okay, this is not new. Artificial intelligence. So I saw these guys doing the same, like doing this. Maybe it took them 10 minutes. For me, like doing Excel, it took me a whole day doing data analysis, and I was frustrated. So I asked one of my coworkers, what are you doing exactly? Because I see you play video games all the time, like how do you learn coding? Like, he's like, I'm not really coding, man. I'm actually going to Google. I'm just telling Google like what my problem was. And then I go to this website called Stack Overflow where people actually put the code. You copy and paste the code, copy, paste, copy. And he showed me the whole code to run an ML model. It was just 2 lines of code. Okay. And just for 2 lines of code, I just had to break out of that paradigm. Like, hey, man, coding is for nerds and geeks, but it wasn't. It was actually, I was like, man, I'm saving so much time. So you probably heard about the marketing, back then. It was probably not now. They said data science, the sexiest job of the 21st century, right? Because they wanted to get people out of that mindset. Like when they think about coding or software development, they think about in the 80s or 70s when people wear like these glasses and in their basement and all that kind of stuff. but that wasn't the case. So I had the same I was like, man, I don't need to know coding, but that really helped me kind of move past that mindset. But yeah, other than the mindset, once you actually break out of that, it's actually just a couple of tries, and you can build your agent like using Claude. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I have some glasses too. Every now and then, I go to the business I go to the business executive room. I put on my glasses just so I look like I'm very technical and very. Yeah, it is a tough place when you're a data scientist because you can't really fit in, and it really fits in with my personality type. I'm an INTJ, so we are very rare. We're independent thinkers. We don't like to follow the group and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's just the story of my life, really. But anyway, so let's go back to this. So I think you guys already know automations, chatbots, GPTs, right? But the chatbots, we'll talk about chatbots in a little bit, why it was a disaster, right? It fell short. There was a lot of expectations, voice flow and all that kind of stuff. They're going to be out of business very soon. But GPT, right? So that's great. GPT, I think, was the breakthrough to get businesses or people without technical knowledge to come into the space and start building products. And I realized to be a really good GPT maker, you gotta have some insights. You gotta know a problem to solve by heart. So you can't just build GPT just like ChatGPT, right? Imagine writing prompts in ChatGPT like out of the box without giving any kind of input. It's crap. It's like a bot just vomited all over the place. So you need to provide some direction, some input, some of your guidance. That's why it's I'm very optimistic because I believe as humans, our role is always going to be there. It's not like the bot can take our job because without us, it's like really not good. Okay, but it's good. It enhances. It saves me time to write content and all that kind of stuff. So I made a lot of these slides with ChatGPT. Actually, Claude. I did a whole slide with Claude. But when you turn 50, your bioinference forces you to wear glasses. No one tells you this. Yeah. I mean, actually, it's a funny story, but I actually, my vision is really bad because growing up, I played a lot of video games. But yeah, I think I just never, when I put on my glasses, I just always lose my glasses, right? I always break it, or something happens. Um, I mean, like, what is the differentiator really? I mean, if let's say like Leah Motley has a product, Agentive, there's going to be there's a lot of products out there, right? Actually, a friend of mine was like, "Hey, I want to get started with building chatbots," and I was like, "Yeah, go for it, build a chatbot." And then he picked a random product and never heard about this product, and he's like, "Yo, I built this chatbot using this product." I was like, what is this? And then I realized there's like hundreds of these copy paste products that are that are just doing the same thing, right? You're just basically using AI. It's a text based AI you can plug into your website, right? It's I mean that's it. If all the people are doing this, right? If you go back to Alex Hormozzi's quote, so we have to keep this in the back of the mind. The riches are in the niches. Don't be a commodity. So yeah, I mean, just think about the future. What's the long term potential? I mean, it's great now, but I mean, I think I think who has the advantage? So let's start there. Who has the advantage? The AI companies which are nimble, which are small and adaptable. Okay, if you already have like a system and frameworks and all these kind of stuff, then it's really hard to build things on top of it. You want to, I think the challenge is getting rid of all these complexities. So people need to spend a lot of time getting rid of these complexities, starting from scratch, and it's hard. It's hard to do. That's why you see Google falling behind and OpenAI just I'm sorry to say, but it's moving at a lightning speed, small but nimble. I spend days trying to get useful images from ChatGPT. I spend days trying to get useful images from ChatGPT. I try to get it to draw in a predictable way, and eventually gave up. Yeah, Jonathan, try Claude 3.5. It's crazy. I mean, as far as coding, Claude 3.5 just beats everything. So try it and report back, because as coders, like for example, and that's why I say, like, if you're already doing something like coding, then pick a model that does that job better than anything else. I mean, a lot of people like, what model should I use? Well, just go and see which one does it best, and then use it. All right, GPT, but predictable images has eluded me. Yeah, image generation is a very interesting case, right? DALI, and then you have a few other image generation models. There's like video generation too, which is also picking up really fast. So there's opportunity in every space. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, but again, like if you start with AI, you already know everything. I mean, it's time to like build the employee of all the businesses want an employee of their dreams. Like a solid agent. And if you were to ask me what is my definition of agent AI or agents, so let's just start there. Like, what is AI agents? Okay, there you go. So Mike has great luck with Claude 3.5. So you got my vote too. So I definitely encourage you guys to start working on your solutions. Start with Claude, and then also Claude is great at building slides, guys. This is so cool. Where do I have this? Okay. Well, maybe another day I'll show you the slides. But so basically, this is the sauce right here, right? So basically, you can create slides using React, right? You can write a React JavaScript code. This is a hack. So uh, I'm not going to reveal all the sauce, but give me some. So you use React JavaScript to create the slides. You tell Claude to be an expert slide maker with UX experience or whatever. And then once the slides are ready, you say create an artifact. An artifact, as you know, is basically an entire website. So it gives you a link. You put that link into the browser, and then you have the slides ready. And it's crazy. Like, and you can share it with your potential stakeholders and all that kind of stuff. So it's amazing. And don't tell people, but I'm going to use a lot of that in my YouTube videos to save me a lot of time. Anyway, so AI is like a smart digital assistant that can learn and improve over time. It processes large amounts of data to recognize patterns and make decisions. And we're talking about agents, right? And we're talking about adaptable agents, agents that can learn and recognize patterns, think about the decisions, long-term memory. Okay, the chatbots are way behind. And again, AI agents are not going to take your job. It's the people building AI agents, people who know how to build AI agents. Don't be fooled by people who build chatbots and say that's an AI agent, because you know, and it's important. That's get educated, understand what it's doing exactly, so you no longer are a tool user. You are a problem solver. So here's the thing to think about. Since agents will be consuming their own output, how do you make responses look like prompts? Is okay. Look like prompts. Yeah, this is great. So this is also another thing to think about now. As I have a lot of you guys here, you have solid experience programming and a lot of technical foundations. So this is another thing to think about: is how can we put human in the loop? So as agents are, we don't want autonomous agents. I mean, honestly, I'm not a big fan of agents just going out randomly causing chaos, right? So we want human in the loop. We want to be pragmatic. We want to enable insights. Like the agent comes back, says, yo, this is the summary last week, and human gives the input like, okay, this is great, but how far are we from our goals? Okay, this one you need to do, blah blah. It's like a back and forth communication. So we need to enable agent output with like some kind of prompt from the human. So um, anyway, so let's see what. So you guys know what agents are. Now let's talk about the AI code revolution. This is interesting. Okay, this is now your new superpower for all the coders here. You already know coding, right? So this is easy, but a lot of people can actually like this might not be now, but in a couple of months or years, I don't know, but it's very soon because AI is writing the code. 95, 96% their agents. Think about Devin, the software engineer. Uh, they're going to write code for us, right? But 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 again, if you don't have any technical knowledge, you won't be able to talk with these people. That's what I tell a lot of business people to pick up at least the Python basics. So you get out of that paradigm of using tools and start thinking about libraries. So you can actually create your agent with code. You can create your assistant app. You can create your agency. You can create your entire digital workforce. AI creates complete apps, agents, agencies. You customize, deploy, learn some Python basics, understands your tools for success. Okay. There's two lucrative business models for a lot of people who want to focus on the business side. Now, there's technical stuff. There's also the business stuff. So I want people to get after that as well, because so if this is true, you can create your code, right? And people who understand this, like you don't even need to know. Like we have members in the community who don't know how to code, but they picked up some basic Python and then talking to the LM models to create an end-to-end application. So that's going to be your competitor if you don't pick up Python too. Now, again, you don't have to write a complete app. Like develop a complete program. Just do the prototype, because with an entire AI agent app, you have database. You can plug in different APIs. You can do function calls. This unlocks more potential for your agent. Okay, so you can start building your assistant app. You can even do agent agency if you think about doing solutions for businesses. You can integrate agents into workflows. Okay, there are some innovators in the space. VRSen, I think, is one of them, who also kind of demonstrated some use cases. So you can use the agency swarm. You can use custom agents. You could create a really slick interface for the business to talk to the agent. So there's a lot of work, and we're actually building a lot of solutions in our what do you call in our in our AI agent accelerator program. So if you go to that, Yeah, so we have the AI Agent Accelerator program, and it's at 80% off. So when you have time, just check it out. 40 days money back guaranteed. If that's not for you, totally understand. But we're working on these two areas, and I think it's a lot of opportunity there. We just have to get to the market, build it, ship it, get instant data, and get instant results. Okay, so there's a lot of challenges and complexities in the marketplace, as you know. There's a lot of building agents. I mean, that's so complex. A lot of people are struggling because they're working with uh, you know what do you call, a lot of open source stuff. But it's great to work on the open source. It's great to, I advocate do it in parallel. Work with the agent that actually works. Like the assistant API. Start there, build a functional agent. You know, People have, but the data, but you're giving away the data anyways. Like you just start somewhere with the agent. Don't worry about the frameworks. Don't worry about all that. Just build an agent. Okay, just read the documentation. GPT-5 is coming. It could be autonomous, multi-agent system. Anyways, so learning agents will help you solve 90% of the things. So develop that intuition, like, okay, this is how I should start, this is where I need to go. Build the agent fast, and that's the only thing you need to think about, right? So it's time to act now, because automations are getting obsolete, chatbots are falling short, businesses need AI agents. Okay, I can't make this as clear as that. Let me go back to my presentation. I think I lost the stream. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's hide this. Okay, so basically, yeah. So we have in our accelerator, we have some stuff for you guys. You get the Unleash Your Agent course. Again, this is if you want to build a business. It's not for everyone. I want people to start, like the automation agencies, the GPT builders, people without the technical knowledge to get started, start building their agents, start selling it. Okay, so we offer some rapid agent prototyping techniques, some scoping techniques, some group calls. Actually, I'm going to get on a coaching call right after this. So this is what I have available. Also, what did I miss? I think we covered a lot here, but so let's see. Do you have any other questions? This advances goal, build something that you care about. Yeah, this is it, man. The real challenge is knowing what you want to achieve. That's it. Just know what you get after, because look, the big companies have already taken out the technical abstractions, right? And if agents can code, right? So do we, like, how much coding do we really need? Like, we can just talk to the agent and build what we need. At that point, we just need to think about what we need to build, go after, right? Because think about this, you're not doing this just to get a short term, like a win or whatever, but it's just think about the long term impact. Do it for your legacy, your family, your children. Your AI project should align with your values and goals. Choose a problem you want to solve in the world, and that's it. That's just the easy advice I can give you. AI is a tool to amplify your impact, not replace your purpose. Okay, so a lot of people are just building these bots. Like, no, it's just like these bots without brains, right? So they're just going around, just saying like stuff. Like, I had to kick a lot of these bots out of the community because they were like, sending messages like, hey, you know, are you ready to start a Shopify store? I'm like, no, I don't want to start a Shopify store. Just keep like scamming you. I'm like, yo, who built this bot? So I want you to stop, creating these kind of stuff. Start actually creating solutions for yourself that you can be proud of. Okay, so I think that's the clear message I can really give you. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Mike, for stopping by, and check out the courses. We have some discounts for the founding members and all that kind of stuff. So start building your agent. Start working on your projects. It's a very exciting time. As you know, let's finish with this quote right here from one of the leaders. AI is not just another technology trend. It is the fourth industrial revolution, guys. So Yeah, there's opportunities everywhere. Everywhere there's opportunities. You just have to like focus and don't be distracted with all the tools. Just focus on just a few lean tech stack tools you already know and start creating your agent. All right, so this is Imtiaz, your thought partner to build and deploy AI agents, and we'll see you next week. And I'll make some. We'll see you then. Okay, ciao. All right, cool. No worries.